Welcome once again to the Arsenal Daily Scoop, your go-to source for the latest breaking stories surrounding the Gunners. The big news making waves today is the official announcement of the Champions League phase draw, and it has certainly handed Arsenal a fascinating set of fixtures to look forward to. This season's format has placed us in a pool of opponents that includes some of Europe's most iconic clubs and a few fresh faces eager to make their mark. Arsenal will go head-to-head with Bayern Munich, Inter Milan, Atletico Madrid, Club Brugge, Olympiacos, Slavia Prague, Kairat Almaty, and Athletic Club from Bilbao. Each team will play 4 matches at home and 4 away, making the campaign both a thrilling and demanding test for Mikel Arteta's men. At the Emirates Stadium, supporters will be treated to blockbuster clashes against reigning German champions Bayern Munich, the resilient Atletico Madrid, Greek powerhouse Olympiacos, and competition debutants Kairat Almaty. Meanwhile, on the road, Arsenal will return to the legendary San Siro for a second consecutive season to take on Inter Milan, as well as embark on trips to Belgium to face Club Brugge, the Czech capital to play Slavia Prague, and Spain for a showdown with Athletic Club in Bilbao. Although the exact dates for these matches are not yet confirmed, they will be officially announced this coming Saturday. Since the UEFA Champions League introduced the new league phase format last season, the system continues this year for 2025-26. Each club is scheduled to play 8 matches against 8 different opponents, half of them at home and the other half away. The rules are clear. The top 8 teams at the end of the league phase qualify automatically for the knockout stages. Those who finish between 9th and 24th will battle it out in a 2-legged playoff tie, fighting for a place in the last 16. For Arsenal, the campaign will kick off between September 16th and 18th, followed by a busy calendar of fixtures. Additional rounds will take place on September 30th to October 1st, then on October 21st to 22nd, November 4th to 5th, November 25th to 26th, and December 9th to 10th. The final 2 games of the league phase are set for January, with the penultimate fixture on January 20th to 21st before all 36 participating sides wrap up their group schedules at the same time on January 28, 2026. Away from the European stage, transfer activity continues to dominate the headlines, and Arsenal are once again right at the heart of the drama. The Gunners are actively pursuing Bayer Leverkusen's highly rated defender Piero Hincapié, who has emerged as the next priority target for Mikel Arteta's squad. Arsenal have already made a number of signings this summer to strengthen key areas, but the club's ambition remains clear: they want to build the depth and resilience necessary to compete on multiple fronts. Hincapié had been strongly linked with Tottenham Hotspur earlier in the window, yet Arsenal's persistence and direct approach appear to have convinced the player to lean towards North London instead of their arch-rivals. While personal terms are believed to have been agreed, the move cannot be finalized until an agreement is reached with Leverkusen regarding the transfer fee. Reports suggest Arsenal have already made direct contact with the German club to determine the financial requirements needed to complete the deal before the deadline closes. With time running short, the urgency is clear. Arsenal want to get the defender secured and settled into the team as quickly as possible. Hincapié is considered one of the brightest young defenders in world football, admired for his composure on the ball, tactical awareness, and ability to play in multiple defensive roles. His addition would undoubtedly provide Arsenal with valuable reinforcement, particularly as they balance the challenges of both Premier League and Champions League campaigns. Completing this transfer would be a statement of intent, reinforcing Arsenal's ambition to build a squad capable of competing with Europe's elite and pushing for silverware across all competitions. Elsewhere in transfer news, an intriguing story has surfaced involving Chelsea's board. It has been reported that one of their senior members suggested Arsenal's Ben White as a potential defensive target over the weekend. While it is understood that Arsenal have no intention of selling the versatile defender, the fact his name was raised highlights Chelsea's urgent search for a centre-back following Levi Colwill's long-term injury. Interestingly, this is not the first time Chelsea have shown interest in White, having considered him back in 2020 during his impressive loan spell at Leeds United. Since then, White has proven himself as one of Arsenal's most reliable and adaptable defenders, playing both at right back and in central defence since his £50 million move in 2021. Given his importance to Mikel Arteta's system, it is unsurprising that Arsenal have made it clear he is not for sale. Attention has also turned to Gabriel Martinelli's situation at the club. Once the undisputed first-choice left-winger, Martinelli now finds himself in a highly competitive environment following the arrival of Ibaraki from Crystal Palace and Noni Maduke's growing involvement. With Leandro Trossard also recently extending his contract, Martinelli faces a battle to secure regular minutes. While he remains a valuable asset, having made 162 Premier League appearances and contributed 40 goals and 20 assists, his form has dipped in recent months. Arteta is expected to make key decisions in the upcoming clash against Liverpool that will shed light on where Martinelli stands in the pecking order. Despite interest from Saudi clubs, Arsenal are not planning to sell him, but much will depend on how he performs in the coming months, particularly with the 2026 World Cup on the horizon. Another major transfer story involves Rafael Leao of AC Milan. Arsenal had been exploring a move for the Portuguese winger following Milan's failure to qualify for European competitions, but their hopes appear to have been dashed after Massimiliano Allegri, newly reinstated as Milan's manager, assured Leao of a central role in his plans. With Leao tied to a contract until 2028, Milan have made it clear they will only entertain extraordinary offers. This comes as a blow for Arsenal, who had also been unsuccessful in their pursuit of Real Madrid's Rodrigo after new coach Xabi Alonso declared him untouchable. Arteta has emphasized that adding attacking firepower remains a priority, but the club may now need to adjust their strategy after setbacks with two of their primary targets. On the training ground, preparations for Arsenal's upcoming Premier League clash with Liverpool are in full swing. Spirits were high at London Colney as Ibaraki joined his new teammates for the first time since his big money move from Crystal Palace. The 27-year-old midfielder has already made an impression, joking around with Declan Rice during the session and showing flashes of the creativity fans are eager to see at the Emirates. However, there were also notable absences, with Bukayo Saka and Martin Odegaard both missing training after picking up knocks against Leeds. Saka is expected to be sidelined for around 4 weeks, while Odegaard may recover in time for the trip to Anfield. Meanwhile, young sensation Max Daumann, fresh from winning a penalty on his Premier League debut, was once again involved with the first team, showing the confidence and skill that has made him one of the brightest prospects in Arsenal's academy. All in all, Arsenal are entering a crucial stretch both on and off the pitch. With Champions League fixtures on the horizon, high-profile transfer negotiations ongoing, and a massive test against Liverpool looming, the next few weeks could prove defining for Arteta's squad. The balance of strengthening the team while managing player fitness and form will be key as the Gunners look to sustain their momentum in the Premier League while also staking their claim among Europe's best. For Arsenal fans, there is plenty to look forward to at the Emirates Stadium. Home supporters will have the chance to witness heavyweight clashes against Bayern Munich, perennial Bundesliga champions who remain one of the strongest forces in world football, as well as a tense showdown with Diego Simeone's Atletico Madrid, renowned for their defensive steel and counter-attacking precision. The Emirates will also host Olympiacos, a side Arsenal know well from past encounters, and debutants Kairat Almaty, who are making their first appearance on this stage and will be eager to prove themselves against one of England's biggest clubs. On the road, the Gunners will return to the iconic San Siro in Milan for a second consecutive season to face Inter.